Hey, this is Mr. Hamilton, and before I start this video, I have to thank everybody who's been supporting me with my educational videos and my homework solutions. We're giving students extra resources when they're doing homework and making it interactive and making it visual, making it fun. The homework has increased a little bit. You know, it's not like a dramatic, increase, but it's better than it was before. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna still take that W. I'm not gonna look at the big picture. Sometimes you gotta take the small wins, and be grateful for it, and just move accordingly. With that being said, I guess into my next topic of I want to let you guys in on the population that I teach, and it's mostly students that have been held back more than 2 or 3 times, overage middle school kids that faced a lot of failure early in their life, and because of that failure they don't really want to try anymore because they feel beaten up and they feel defeated. And at that age, it's hard to understand, that when you keep taking those L's, you got to keep pushing and keep trying despite taking those L's. And they don't understand that when you take those losses, you have to look at, what have I done wrong so I could recorrect myself and get a win. What can I do different next time? How can I adjust my game plan? At that age, they don't really understand that. And I've had similar to them, I've had a rough past, and, I struggled a lot and I took a lot of L's coming up. I don't really want to get into all that now because I only got 15 minutes and I get off track. But to say that, to summarize it, I've been through similar situations that my kids have been through, and we teach in a rough area. It's a rough area. They don't see a lot of positive things. They don't see a lot of people. They don't see a lot of people doing positive things. Like a lot of them don't have. They don't. All they see. The let me see how to put this. The only people that they see that looks like them that are successful is people like me and another one of my coworkers. He's a counselor, Joyon. Shout out to him. He's been very proactive with me. We've been doing a lot of things together to help shape the dynamic of the school and change it for the better. But 2 people ain't enough. Everyone has to be on the same page, and we're not at that point yet. But we gotta do what we gotta do, and sometimes it's very frustrating when you're dealing with that population because as I said, a lot of people when they face failure they just want to give up and they feel beaten up and they feel defeated, and a lot of people never recover from a loss, and at that age it's hard to understand that a lot of my kids have grit, and they don't really understand. They have a lot of grit and they show a lot of grit, but they don't even know that they have grit. And I've told them that grit means like that you have a lot of perseverance. And growing up in a rough neighborhood and seeing a lot of crime and seeing a lot of people doing the negative things and probably going through rough situations at home, and to still come to school and want to learn and do work, that's grit. And some of these kids have more grit than the teachers, than the adults that they see daily in their life. I'm trying to turn that grit that they have in their personal life and turn it into academics. When you see a hard problem, just don't give up and be intimidated by that problem. Try to figure it out. Reread the problem. Take down notes on what the information is given to you, and at least try. And we have to change that dynamic. I feel like when I get that grit into them and they have that perseverance, there's gonna be a lot of success in that school. But we're not at that point yet, and on top of that, when you deal with this population, a lot of families are uneducated or they just came to America and they're now getting settled in, and they're around people that don't value education. It's kind of hard for them to want more and to want to be successful in the classroom when they don't have people around them that are and that value education. So that also plays an effect, and that's why I started doing these videos, these homework solution videos, because it's like You know, how can you expect kids to do homework when A, their parents probably don't know it, and B, their parents are probably, or their guardian or whoever's around them, probably working so much that they're not even home to even, check on them if they're studying their notes or doing their homework. Either A, nobody's home, or B, the parents don't even know it, because the Common Core curriculum is crazy, it's hard, and there's educated parents that don't even know the work. So it's not just uneducated families, it's educated and uneducated, because the Common Core math is just, it's like what I'm teaching in 7th grade, I took in 9th grade. So like they're learning harder content earlier in life. And then with the education system, they're pushing these kids along, they're pushing them along whether they master the previous grade standards, they're pushing them along regardless. So that makes it harder for them. Because now, say I teach 7th grade. Say you didn't even master, say you mastered less than 70% of the math standards in the previous grade. They push you along. So that means you didn't learn all the stuff you need to learn prior. They push you along, and now you got to learn even harder content. So you're even more behind the 8 ball. And then what a lot of teachers end up doing is spend so much time reviewing stuff that they supposed to learn 5 years ago now. So it's all messy, man. It's really a mess, and it's so hard. I didn't even know teaching was as hard. It's really hard, man. Like it's really, 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 really hard to because you deal with with the kids being pushed along. It's a variety of if the gap between the learning levels is so big, you may have a student that's here, and then next to that student, you may have someone here. There's no one in the middle. There's no one in the middle. So either you know a lot or you know little. So simple things like group work, it's hard because if I pair someone together, it's like that person is speeding along because they know what they're doing and the other one is just stuck. And you can't really explain something to someone that they don't understand completely. So that makes it hard. So when I do group work, students get off task. Because, I don't know it. And then a lot of the students, sometimes they may not want to work with that person. So they're just like, all right, I'm going to do my own thing here. Forget the other person next to me. And then people get off task like that. So it's sometimes I kind of shy away from doing group work sometimes. And then, it's just difficult, man. Like, you see right now, I haven't cut my hair. I haven't got my beard looking crazy. I just been coming home thinking about ways to teach it to where it sticks. But then, math is the only subject where you got to continually practice. You can't really remember math. You got to practice the skills and the procedures. And if you're not going home and you're not practicing the work, you're not practicing the content you learned, you're going to forget it the next day. So I may teach something one day, and they may get it, and the next day they're dull because either A, you didn't do the homework, or B, you didn't take your notes home and go over it to remember the content, and you come back to square one. And to me, that is so frustrating. But you got to stay positive, you got to stay patient, and that's just part of the game, and it's very hard, man. And I can't even be mad at them because they don't know how to study. A lot of my students, they don't know how to study. They don't know how to take their notes home because there's no one to show them. I can't really blame them at this age. I can't really blame them. So my job as a teacher is more than teaching. I take it upon myself. I have to show them how to study, how to prepare themselves, because you either prepare to win or you prepare to fail. And that's what I want my kids to understand. You got to prepare to win. So it's just more than the classroom. It's more than just being engaged. It's more than just, remember doing good in the classroom right now. It's what you do outside that classroom. Just like an athlete. It's what you do when you're off that field when no one's looking. What are you doing? What are you doing to prepare yourself to be successful? Most of the times, it's what you're doing with no one's looking. It's who's going to determine who's going to be successful or not. What are you doing when no one is looking? And right now, it's like, I just feel like it's really it's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. Even though you guys see me on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm doing a lot for the kids, and you guys, and I appreciate all the love. Like, y'all don't know the half, man. Like, I feel like I'm still not where I need to be right now. I feel like I'm climbing this mountain, and I'm looking up, and I'm still like I still have a long way to go. That's how I feel. Like, I'm driving down the field, you know, I'm completing passes, I'm getting long yard runs, and then I'm looking down and I got another 50 yards to go. Or right now I'm on a treadmill. I'm just running fast. I'm running fast. I'm running on speed 10 or 12. I'm running, but I'm going nowhere. I still have a lot to be done because I'm not really getting the results that I want right now. And I understand I have to be patient. So I'm just going to keep trying. I'm not going to give up. But I think what the game breaker is showing these kids how to believe in themselves. I need to find creative ways, you know, to show them how to believe, and inviting some of my college teammates or friends that's doing something good with their life right now, do something positive, to come in and talk to them. They need to hear it from more than one mouth. Hearing it from me, hearing it from great people like Joyon is not enough. So if you're watching this video, I know it's gonna be a long video, but if you're watching this video, you know, and you're available, please hit me up. You know, let's set something up, and so I could bring some people in to talk to my kids, so they can hear it from one mouth. Hearing the same message from the same people will help. You know, hearing it from more than one mouth, and people that relate and look like my kids, so they can see that, you know, you don't have to be, you know, a Jay-Z or a Beyonce to be successful, because in their eyes, being an entertainer or an athlete, that's successful. And I cannot blame them, because when I was their age, I felt the same way. I didn't know that like, you know, you could own a corner store or a laundromat or a Chinese food store. You can make whole lot of money. I didn't know you could be a business owner and be successful, because that's what people frowned upon that where I was from. You know, people celebrated the hustlers. You know, if you hustled and you had a nice little car and some jewelry, I thought you were successful in my eyes. I didn't see that from a teacher. I didn't see that nice car from a teacher, or see that you know, the jewelry from the person that owned the laundromat or whatever. But, you know, to say this, as I got older and as I got out of my environment, I started seeing things like, wow, like, wait, they make this? Wait, you know, teachers make that? Really? I never knew that. You know, you could sorry about that. And to them, you know, they look up to, that's what people they see on TV. And, you know, I'm really, I don't even know what direction I'm going with this video, but I just feel like I needed to let you guys know, you know, that it's not as easy as it looks, or how I've been promoting it on Facebook and Instagram, you know, with the videos and everything, and the kids doing good, and, you know, it's deeper than that. You know, it's a lot of struggle to even get them to that point, you know, and I still need work to get done, and I need you guys' help. I need help to make this change. I need some support, and I'd like to thank you for people who've been subscribing to my YouTube channel and watching my videos. Going into this week, I'm just, you know, continue to teach, continue to do what I gotta do, stay positive, get this nice little Christmas break to rejuvenate, get back with my family, work out more, and come back fresh for next year and go even harder. You know, my main thing is just teaching my students grit, man, how to persevere, because, you know, your situation now doesn't define you. You know, if you grew up poor, that don't mean you're gonna die poor. If you die poor, that's on you. You can't control growing up poor. That's not your fault. You know. I mean, I grew up and I didn't have a lot, and I changed my situation. It's just easy. You gotta get up and hustle and grind. And this generation, a lot of these students, they don't know how to hustle. So it's kind of hard. You know, you gotta hustle, man. That's the only way you're gonna make change.